Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. The Windscape Kite Festival was another big drawing card for visitors to Swift Current as the annual event kicked off the summer of 2015. Leader was the place to be for the Father's Day weekend as crowds gathered for the annual Wild West Days. Participants from across the prairies in the northern U.S. were in Swift Current for the final weekend of racing this season, hosted by the Swift Current Drag Racing Association. Downtown Maple Creek was a hub of activity during the 5th annual Taste of Maple Creek. The RCMP musical ride was brought home to the origins of the RCMP at Fort Walsh, performed by 32 regular members of the RCMP. Thanks for joining us here today. On this special edition of Southwest TV News, we'll be taking a look back at some of our favorite stops throughout the summer of 2015. We'll kick things off with the annual Windscape Kite Festival in Swift Current. The Windscape Kite Festival was another big drawing card for visitors to Swift Current as the annual event kicked off the summer of 2015. The family-oriented weekend provided a fun-filled afternoon for all ages, with kite flying and other activities. Kites of all shapes and sizes adorn the prairie landscape, with international and local kite flyers taking advantage of the southwest wind. Orlando Onkinko is experiencing his first trip to Canada, and one of the highlights was participating in the Windscape Kite Festival. Having flown kites since he was 6 years of age, Orlando loves the relaxing feeling of flying kites high above the sky, a passion which keeps him on the road for months at a time.
All over Asia, I'm the deputy president for the ASEAN Kite Council. It's a 10-country organization, and each have their own kite activity, a kite tradition. So I travel every year to each event in Asia, and also travel to Europe and the US. The first time to Canada.
The 2015 Windscape Kite Festival was also a new experience for Nora Zhang from China. Nora has been staying with friends in Southwest Saskatchewan for the last month and was overwhelmed by the experience as a spectator and learning to fly the multi-line kites.
Oh, we have a lot of cats in China. Since we are 3 years old, we be told how to make cat yourself, handmade. And we're flying, and we have some competition too. In Shandong province, it's big festival. And I never see the cat festival like this. The cat never dancing in China. They fly high and never dancing and do not have teamwork also. Actually, the first one I try is 4-nan. And then I tried the 2-nan. And in China, we all have 1-nan.
Nora also expressed her love of the prairie skyline, as the wide open spaces are something she is not familiar with, as she lives in a mountain-filled region of China, and says the prairie skyline is inspiring to her as an artist.
And in China, the art is about lines, so who can draw complex lines, who is the best, as I believe, as I understand. And here, I figure out the corner. The corner is how changeable. And first, I would think why they are so good at the country corners. And when I see the sunrise and sunset, I know why. It's a beautiful sky. Teach you how to country corners. It's beautiful sky here.
The SaskPower Windscape Kite Festival has become a must-see event for local residents and tourists from around the world every June, further shining the spotlight on Swift Current and Southwest Saskatchewan to an international audience.
I'm really enjoying it here. I always did like Swift Current. This is kiting paradise.
Leader is always a great community to visit, and every June crowds gather for the annual Wild West Days weekend and a helping of gribble. Leader was the place to be for the Father's Day weekend as crowds gathered for the annual Wild West Days. The Saturday lineup included a parade which brought in entries from Leader and the surrounding area, including these Shriners from Medicine Hat. A fun-filled morning which had many of the entrants showing off their support for their favorite team.
Theme is Saskatchewan Proud, so you're going to see a lot of Saskatchewan flags, a lot of Rough Rider stuff, a lot of green. And we're all Saskatchewan Proud. The only green we've got out in this part of the country, of course, is what we're wearing because it hasn't rained for a long time, but we're going to have fun anyway.
Among those participating in the annual parade was Miss Teenage Western Saskatchewan. Ashlyn Harrington Gill was born and raised in Leader, and is honored to represent her hometown in the upcoming national competition.
The first week of August, from the 2nd to the 9th, I go to Toronto. The pageant will be live on TV on the 9th. Everyone's been so supportive with me. It's just been amazing.
Following the parade, everyone gathered at the Friendship Center for the traditional serving of gribble. This sweet bun dough was carefully prepared by a team of volunteers and then deep fried to perfection. Craig Tondevald is the town's mayor and gribble fryer, and says the gribble gathering is not only a treat for all ages, but a great sign of community pride.
It's just something they do every year. I think it's just become a tradition that after the parade we have gribble here at the Friendship Center. It helps keep their doors open and gives them a little bit of a fundraiser. So we all participate, help in, kick in, and so they can do that.
And once covered in syrup and icing sugar, this tasty delicacy was enjoyed by the ever-growing crowd in the hall. The Wild West Days activities continued with a mini trade show at the Leader Community Center with a wide range of vendors. A softball tournament which attracted a number of players to the diamonds, followed by an evening dance. Leader's Wild West Days is held every year during the third weekend of June.
I declare the Windscape Casino open on behalf of the West.
Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from David Anderson, Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Pinnacle Financial in Swift Current. Wishing the citizens of Swift Current the very best this holiday season and into the new year from Mayor Schaefer, City Council, and staff of the City of Swift Current. Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Stuke Pharmacy and Leader. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Gus, Louie, and George at the K Steakhouse and Motel. Book your Christmas party or New Year's celebration today. Drag racing is a popular attraction throughout the summer months, and during one Swift Current event, a special driver took to the roadway. Participants from across the prairies in the northern U.S. were in Swift Current for the final weekend of racing this season, hosted by the Swift Current Drag Racing Association. The weekend kicked off with a Friday night car show, where racers and other classic car enthusiasts showed off their prized vehicles. Then it was out to the raceway on Saturday and Sunday, where participants took to the strip in a number of categories, including sportsman, pro, and super pro. The highlight of the weekend was a performance by Nitro Mike of Mission, BC, who entertained the crowd with his modified 2003 PT Cruiser. Mike performed a series of stunts for the crowd, similar to that which earned him a Guinness World Record in Ontario 3 years ago.
In August of 2012, we set the new Guinness World Record for the longest wheelie in a car. First attempt was 2,500 feet, and the second attempt was just over 4,300 feet. Well, what it is, it's a 2003 PT Cruiser. It's highly modified. It's an all-tube chassis with a blown alcohol 440 Chrysler motor in it. The motor being in the back helps, gives it a bit of an advantage to do what I'm doing, but it does take horsepower to keep it going. And that's what it does. It does a wheelie.
And as he entertains crowds at approximately 22 shows per summer across Canada and the U.S., Nitro Mike says he never gets tired of getting behind the wheel and meeting the fans on the road.
I guess it's a guy thing, you know, the motorsports. Drag racing can be expensive depending on what class you're in. This was a little more my affordability, so to speak. So that's why I do this. I enjoy it.
A well-rounded weekend of drag racing, which organizers state grows year over year, while welcoming new and long-standing fans to the stands.
Well, what you're going to see is a bunch of cars that people have got a lot of work and a lot of money put into, and that are really fast and really loud and really enjoyable to watch. I mean, I'm a kind of a car guy, so I enjoy this kind of stuff. But anybody that's a car enthusiast, you'll get a lot of fun out of a lot of nice cars and a lot of loud noise.
The Swift Current Drag Racing Association started in 2006 and entertains crowds each summer with a series of 3 home events at the Swift Current Airport. The town of Maple Creek is Southwest Saskatchewan's hub for holiday shopping and dining, all at a relaxed pace. For your convenience, enjoy late-night shopping until 9 every Thursday throughout the month of December. Maple Creek, the perfect shopping and dining excursion. For more details, check out our website at oldcowtown.ca. Every August, local restaurants are in the spotlight during the annual Taste of Maple Creek, serving up everything from entrees to desserts. Downtown Maple Creek was a hub of activity during the 5th annual Taste of Maple Creek. 10 local restaurants were in the spotlight as they showcased a variety of culinary delights for the hungry crowd. With their tickets in hand, patrons made their way from booth to booth, sampling a range of entrees and desserts. An overall pleasing experience for these out-of-town guests.
I had bread pudding for the first time, and it was the best bread pudding that I've ever had. The pizza's very good, and the sushi was fantastic.
To be quite honest, we didn't realize how many restaurants Maple Creek really has had until you actually come and see it here today, and a neat bakery.
A taste-tempting afternoon for the patrons and a rewarding experience for these local entrepreneurs who were busy behind the scenes preparing a minimum of 500 servings for the event. Howard Wong of Howard's Bakery started at midnight, baking his delicious English toffee truffle tarts, which were a resounding hit.
It is a good thing. It grows every year. We get more and more people every year, and we're always trying to try something new.
A summer tradition which welcomes visitors from the Cypress Hills Park and beyond, with hopes of bringing in tourists year-round.
We've got some of the best dining along the Trans-Canada Highway between Swift Current and Medicine, definitely, but many would say even between Calgary and Regina. So today is a day to showcase that and to let the rest of the world know what we all know as residents of Maple Creek, that there's good eating here.
The Taste of Maple Creek is into its 5th year and is held annually during the 2nd weekend of August. The Cypress Hills is steeped in history, and this summer, the RCMP musical ride attracted tourists from far and wide. The RCMP musical ride was brought home to the origins of the RCMP at Fort Walsh in the beautiful Cypress Hills on Tuesday. The formal event showcased the equestrian skills performed by 32 regular members of the RCMP. Leading up to the performance, the horses and riders had a full day of preparation for the evening show. Each of the horses were fed, watered, and groomed at stables in Maple Creek before being transported to the fort. A routine which is undertaken prior to every show, with an increased sense of excitement for the musical ride team on this particular day.
I'm feeling very privileged to be here and to actually go to Fort Walsh and see a piece of history. Because the fort was where they first established the Northwest Mounted Police. And the history that comes with it, and the fact that I'm actually there and I'll be able to see it and be at the place where everything started. It's a privilege. I'm excited to go there. It means a lot for a lot of our riders today.
And as the RCMP and their horses prepped at the stables, crowds gathered from early afternoon at Fort Walsh, awaiting with excitement for the musical ride. Crowds had a glimpse of the fort from a first-hand perspective and watched volunteer actors prepare for their routine scheduled for the evening's pre-show. Then approximately 1 hour before showtime, the musical ride team arrived at the fort. RCMP members then took to the hillside, practicing their musical ride routine. As if taking a page from history, practicing with their horses on the grounds of where originating members of the RCMP once stood. The performance began with an entertaining pre-show, which included members of the Niconeet First Nation, who performed a number of traditional dances. To the Southern Alberta Pipes and Drums, who entertained the crowd. And a lively reenactment of a battle scene by Fort Walsh volunteers, who took the crowd back in time. Now with the audience all warmed up, the RCMP musical ride took center stage. The 30-minute show featured each horse and rider going through a variety of maneuvers set to music, all in one seamless motion. A routine which has changed year after year.
The wagon wheel is always a favorite. because you basically, you know, it's like a big wagon wheel, like that's kind of spinning around. It's really interesting to see. We also have the star formation, which is pretty unique. And this year, we're doing a move called the Shanghai, which is quite interesting. It's when horses kind of intersect and ride through each other. So it's a pretty cool move to see.
A performance which the team members look forward to as they travel across Canada from May through September. A busy summer schedule, which has a special meaning for members like Constable Ferrante, who is now concluding his 2-year commitment to the musical ride in 2015.
The fact that you're a part of something that's been going on since almost day one, and you get to represent the RCMP across the nation, and you get to be a part of heritage, really, you know, and something that's been going on forever and will be going on forever is pretty unique. And I'm one of the lucky, fortunate members that got an opportunity to be a part of this section.
A memorable performance for the RCMP team and the crowd, as audience members had the chance to mingle with the musical ride members and their horses after the show.
I've seen videos and stuff of it, and yeah, it exceeded my expectations.
It was really good. It's quite impressive, really, how they can train animals to move in the patterns.
The RCMP musical ride is held in Canada and worldwide to promote the RCMP, with the first official ride held in 1887 in Regina.
On behalf of everyone here at Cypress Health, I would like to extend our best wishes to you and your family during this festive season. This is a time for family and friends to get together and enjoy the spirit of the season. The holidays are a time to reflect upon where we've been and those things for which we're grateful. Our wish for you is that 2016 will bring you great health, happiness, and prosperity. We are looking forward to many positives throughout the coming year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Cypress Health region.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.